Hey Scott, why is it so easy for me to binge watch Netflix but not binge read my Bible?
That, Jeremy, is the life hack of the week.
Scott, it is amazing to me how easy it is for me to get lost in binge watching a Netflix program.
Yes.
And how difficult it is for me to binge on the Bible and to really get into the Word and just can't put it down.
Yeah.
What am I doing wrong?
Well, I don't know if it's anything you're doing wrong, but I do think you're speaking of a struggle that I think many of us have. And that is, it's much easier to be passive and let a story be told to us than it is to pick something up and to engage it. Especially when we're talking about stories that are centuries old, in cultures that we are not familiar with, in languages that are no longer spoken today.
Yeah.
And so I think there is a little bit of work to be done in order to get the value out of reading it, in order to get the poetry, to understand the narratives, to really understand the wisdom literature, and to what is a gospel? I mean, when's the last time you sat down and said, I'm reading gospel tonight? You know, I mean, that's a very specific genre for a very specific purpose, right? And these are just things that we're not familiar with. Apocalyptic writing, right? These kind of things.
Whatever. I think I can get into Game of Thrones and it has
Right.
a lot of that same stuff and elements, but all of a sudden it's interesting.
Yes.
So what can we do to make it something that is consumable and something that we can kind of gravitate towards?
I think there's two things that I think have been really helpful to me, and one is choosing the right translation. You can't just, I mean, King Jimmy, I mean, there's nothing against him, but we don't speak that way anymore. And so it was very accessible to him and his people, but not to us. And so the NIV 11 is a great, New International Version is a great middle of the road version. The Message is a great readable version. Like, it really does, and the translation work is really good too. So you're not just getting fluff, you're actually getting something good.
And where's a good place to go get these things?
I think that I think is probably the more important piece, is that we don't carry our Bible around with us, you know, and it usually doesn't make it into our bag or our car, you know, and if it is on our shelf, it stays on our shelf.
Yes.
But we always have our phone with us. And so there are tons of Bible apps, but one I would recommend that is top notch is called YouVersion. And on there, you can start reading plans where other people have put together their short plans for a week, as well as year plans, how to read the Bible in a year. And what's so great about these is that it gives you little rewards for each day that you read it. And laugh all you want, but I have a smartwatch and I love it because it tells me how many steps I've walked in a day, and I try to beat yesterday, right? And it just goes into my competitive spirit. But I think it is helpful to build streaks.
Yeah.
The more you're in it, the more encouragement you find, and you say, wait a second, I am getting this. It is becoming part of my daily routine.
Yeah.
And it's not just a do, it's a thing to grow from. It's an opportunity for us to listen to God in a new way.
And it's life-giving. So it's one of those things where once you start it, the moment in the Word really helps you in your moment. And if you open yourself to it, I believe that this is the way God can speak to us and really come alongside us. So I love the opportunity of having a plan to go through, because it makes it to where it personalizes it for me. I've got a goal, and I love the 3 and 7 day stuff, because it really helps me get into the Word and then get to the next thing. So I enjoy what YouVersion's done. They've done a fantastic job, and every one of the translations is on there.
We'll put a link to these, and then you guys can check them out, and links below.
Well, I'd love to hear how people do with it.
Yeah.
And if you have one that you really enjoyed and one of the lessons, let us know about it, because we would love to share that with others, because I'm always looking to see where other people went.
Yeah. All right, thanks for tuning in this week. If you like this, like it on the button. If you don't like it, don't unlike the button. We don't want to do that. But we'd love for you to share it. Tell us what you're learning and give us the feedback. We want to learn from you as well. Take care and have a great week, guys.